Welcome back. My name is Jamie. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 sleep fixes that are actually making it worse. So, if you're somebody who prides yourself on performing at a high level, but you're constantly tired and then wired at night, relying on caffeine to get through the day, this is for you. So, most high performers aren't struggling because they're not doing enough. They're often struggling because the things they're doing to try and fix their sleep are actually making it worse. And the problem is that these things feel productive. They feel like you're doing something to help yourself, but they're actually backfiring. So, you've probably told yourself at some point, I'll sleep more when things slow down. I don't have 7 to 8 hours for sleep. If I take my foot off the gas, something is going to fall apart. And I get that because when you're leading, you're building, you're managing, there's always something that needs your attention. But the truth is, the reality is that if your energy is low, your focus is off, and your decision making is compromised, things are already slipping. You just don't always see it in the moment. So, today I want to walk you through the 5 most common things that I see high performers doing trying to fix their sleep. And these things are actually making it worse. Number one is going to bed earlier to try and fix your exhaustion. So it sounds logical, right? You're tired, so you think I just need more sleep. But sleep doesn't work like that. If your body isn't ready for sleep, if you haven't built up enough sleep pressure, then you're just going to lie there awake. Now you're frustrated and now you're thinking, now you're associating your bed with being awake instead of asleep. And over time, that makes it even harder to fall asleep. Number two is sleeping in to catch up. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. You're tired from going all week, then you want to sleep in. It feels productive. It feels like you're recovering, but what you're actually doing is throwing off your internal clock. And when your circadian rhythm is inconsistent, your sleep becomes inconsistent. So you wouldn't randomly change your work schedule every day and expect to perform the best, but that's exactly what you're doing to your biology when you sleep in trying to catch up. Number three is relying on melatonin, alcohol, or other sleep aids to knock yourself out. And this one is a big one for high performers because you want a solution, you want a quick fix. But here's the truth: you're not fixing sleep, you're forcing unconsciousness. And those are not the same thing. Sedation doesn't equal recovery. You might fall asleep faster, but the quality of that sleep is often worse, and you wake up feeling it. You feel groggy. And melatonin, specifically in the United States, is not regulated. So when you think you're taking 5 milligrams of melatonin, you might be taking more like 15 or 20 milligrams of melatonin, when the actual appropriate dosage is less than 1 milligram. In other countries, you can't just get melatonin off the shelf like you can here in the United States. You actually have to have a prescription for it. So, using it when we are traveling as a very specific tool in our toolbox to help us with sleep across time zones is one thing, but using it on a consistent, regular basis is actually causing more harm than good for your sleep. Number four is looking at your phone when you wake up in the middle of the night. Now, this is a big one. Everybody I know does this. And what happens is it turns this small wake up into a big problem. The light and the stimulation from your phone increases your alertness immediately, but then you see the time, you check the time. Now your brain starts calculating how much sleep do I have left? And just like that, you are fully awake. So this is not a 2-minute wake up, this is a 2-hour wake up. What could have been a quick toss and turn turns into 30 minutes, an hour, or sometimes more. And more than that, your brain starts to associate that time with wake up. When you see that it's 3 a.m., which by the way is the natural decline, early morning is when your melatonin starts to decline and your cortisol starts to increase as it prepares your body to wake up. So that 3 a.m., your brain starts to create a habit, a routine around that. So whatever you do, do not look at your phone when you wake up in the middle of the night. You have an alarm set. You don't need to see what time it is. You're not getting up yet. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. Do not look at your phone. Number 5, and this is the biggest one that I see, trying harder to fall asleep. This is where so many high performers, executives, high-level entrepreneurs get stuck, because in every area of your life, effort works. We work harder, we push harder, we focus more, you figure it out. But sleep doesn't work that way. Sleep does not respond to effort. Sleep is a biological response, and the harder you try, the more tension you create. The more tension you create, the more alert your system becomes. And the more alert you are, the harder it is to fall asleep. The more that we focus on sleep, the more our body shifts into a sympathetic fight or flight mode, away from the parasympathetic, which is your rest and relaxation mode. You cannot force sleep. There are a lot of things in life that we can control. There are a lot of things in life that we can't control. And sleep is one of those. What we do is we control the inputs that we're putting into our body throughout the day, from the moment we wake up till the moment our head hits the pillow at night. So here is the shift that needs to happen. Sleep is not a luxury. It's not something that you earn when everything else is done. It's the foundation that your performance is built on. Your focus, your decision-making, your emotional control, your ability to lead. It is all directly tied to your sleep. And there is no value in working so hard to build a life of success if you're too exhausted to actually use it. If at the end of the day, you come home and you have nothing left in the tank to give your family, you have nothing left in the tank to give yourself. The truth is that prioritizing sleep, it doesn't make you fall behind. It actually puts you ahead. It becomes your secret weapon. And you might think that you don't have time to sleep, but what you actually do not have time for is operating at half capacity. So if you want to feel better, if you want to think clearer, and you want to perform at a higher level, sleep has got to become a priority. Not someday when things slow down, not next week, not next year, but right now. And if you want to understand exactly what's disrupting your sleep and where to start, I created the sleep performance scorecard, and it takes just a few minutes. It'll show you exactly where your biggest gaps are, what is keeping you from your rest, and with some immediate steps that you can take right now to start to improve your sleep tonight. So if this resonated with you, or you see yourself in any of these, drop a comment, send me a message, and I would love to hear what stood out to you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon.